Jacqueline, I finally perfected cloning. Look, here he is now.
Now neither of us will be virgins.
It'll be great, Jacqueline.
All right.
I don't think we have a single podcast that doesn't have a JFK appearance.
Hey.
You gotta put his name up in the top right.
We'll have one episode. We'll have one episode where he just doesn't appear, and it'll be titled Kennedy Assassination.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh.
Hello and welcome to the 4th episode of the ixcast. We have your usual array of people such as Spencer,
Hello.
Churchy,
Hey.
and me. But today we've got a special boy, a real special boy. His name is Mao.
Hi, I'm a boy.
Dude, I like playing with
Yeah.
my toy.
And he's joining us here because we're desperate.
We need more people on the podcast.
Put your name and social security number in the comments and be entered in a local identity theft drawing.
Where you win nothing and it's not a real raffle.
Has anyone here gotten their identity stolen?
I got my credit card stolen, and we talked about that before.
Yeah, we talked
I
about
have
that a
not.
little bit.
That was probably the closest I've gotten to identity theft, I guess.
Some
But,
Russian hacker got into my Instagram account with like 4K followers.
Was that the Death the Kid one?
Yeah.
But yeah, Mao, what do you like to do?
Tell us about yourself. Give
so
us.
I'm Mao.
What's your home address? What's your phone number?
DM me later and I'll give you all those and more. Wink.
You heard it here,
DM
folks.
me and
DM
see what
him.
happens.
Okay.
Wink.
Venmo me
Mao.
$5 and I'll give you my address.
Good friend of the people in here. I like to play lots of video games and be really depressed and also draw.
All of those go hand in hand, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes,
those
they
are
do.
like.
You actually cannot have one without the three. Well, you can have
Yeah,
two
it's
of them,
the
but like
trifecta.
the drawing's kind of like an add-on. Like, you know, you install some
It's the-
software
it's
and
the
then they're
optional
like, "Do you want
DLC.
the extra software?" And you're like, "I'll take some depression or some drawing with
Yeah,
that depression."
you
Thank you very much.
spec'd into that.
And then you collect a lot of games too.
Yeah.
You have a shit ton
He's
of them.
a hardcore collector. What would you say is the rarest game you have, or your prized possession?
I could
Either way.
literally let me pull up my collection on my game value. Sorry. let me pull up my
gets choked up
my
thinking
collection
about it.
tracker and see what the most valuable thing I have is.
He's so hardcore about it, he has a website that he goes to
Yeah,
look
is
at the
game
prices
value
of
kind of
all his
like
games.
can you put everything in there? Is it like backloggery in that sense?
It's kind of like that. What I do is I use this thing called Game Value Now, and what you do is I'm trying to fucking open it up and okay, here we go. You basically go through this entire list of stuff, and then you click what you have and like, do you have it in box, just the disc,
Oh,
like
I
what do you
see.
have of it? Not counting consoles.
It's kind of like eBay in that sense.
Yeah, not counting consoles. The most valuable thing I own is Fire Emblem Path of Radiant,
Really?
which is currently going for $135.
Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty ridiculous.
It's pretty decent.
What's,
Anyway, since we've broken form enough, how is
Yeah.
everyone's weeks?
yeah, does anyone have any interesting thing that happened to them this week?
I had some nice things happen to me.
Okay.
One of the guys at our Honda store was like, "Hey, you do a lot of work outside, right?" And I'm like, "Occasionally." And he's like, "Well, we found this like face mask thing in one of our loaner cars, and I called the guy who had it last, and he says it's not his, so it's yours now. So it's currently being washed before I wear it
Yeah.
because that's gross, and don't wear strangers' things, especially if you have found them in a rental car."
Is it face mask as in like a
It's
kinda
like
a, what's it called?
Like a ski
it's
mask?
like a condom for your head, but for like, but it's like eye slots too.
Oh, so it's like a ski mask?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
And
but
then,
now it's actually like heating up a little bit.
yeah, and I'm pissed because like I could have used that the last like couple of days since it was cold as fuck. Yeah, by the
Yeah.
way, it got to like -50 in our area.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was actually ridiculous.
There were so many people that didn't have to go to they didn't go to work.
And you
Their cars
did.
didn't start, and like school got canceled for people. Church didn't have to go to school,
Yeah.
I didn't
And,
have to go
like,
to school either.
and like I went to work in fucking -22 Fahrenheit.
You put the
with
picture on your Twitter.
yeah, with no wind chill, it was just -22. But then with wind chill, it was like -50,
Not fun.
and that is probably the coldest it's ever been, and I've been outside.
I think
wasn't
it's a
outside
record
for long though. I think it is a record.
for our area. At least
Yeah,
it's a
I think
record.
it's literally like the coldest it's been ever since like any of us were born.
Like the thing with that is that with forecast, like there's only been a high of a negative number like 20 some times in like
The world
the
is
history
fucking
of the
ending.
nation, and it's insane to think about.
But yeah,
yeah.
I had a pretty decent week. I mean, I had an exam that got pushed back literally 2 weeks because every time the guy was trying to like be like, okay, we're gonna take it today, we would either get class canceled, he wouldn't get the room he wanted, or like school would be canceled. So it literally got pushed back for 2 weeks, and by the time we finally took it, the guy was just like, oh fucking Christ.
Yeah, here's all the answers. I don't care anymore.
Oh, I wish he gave us all the answers. It was like 5 questions, but it's like short, long answer things. Like he's like one of those guys that, yeah, you can write as much as you need to answer. If you can answer it in a sentence, you can write a sentence. If you feel you need to write a 3-page paper on it, you can write a 3-page paper. I'm not going to say there's a minimum or maximum amount. And I'm kind of like, well, now I don't know what you want.
Church, you got anything?
Well, as mentioned before, it was very cold. I had 2 days of school this week. We had Friday, which was very strange because Friday it was like 35 degrees or something outside.
It was
totally
like really warm.
It was really warm compared to the past few days, but the school buses were frozen still. Like there's a problem with the diesel or whatever. So we didn't have school. So I've had school for 4 days in the past 2 weeks.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And I'm a student teacher, so this is like really freaking me out. But it's okay.
That is really
another thing
good,
that happened is I decided to get another job because I make $0 student teaching.
That's not even an exaggeration. They just don't pay you.
No, I actually have to pay them to student teach.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no,
It's a 13.
stupid.
It's a 12 credit hour class.
Oh, well,
So-
that's...
So I'm paying for 12 credits. I'm going to
Yeah.
school from 7:15 to 2:30 is when like I'm contracted to be there.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but I don't get paid anything for it.
Yeah, that's
It's-
also...
But your
So-
entire semester is just student teaching. Like it's not like you have to take another class too, right?
No, it's just student teaching, which is
do
nice.
they,
But
do
I
they
also
like
have to
actively
do
discourage you from taking other classes, or is it just kind of like the...
Yes.
Oh,
they
they're
actively
like...
discourage you from.
They're
it.
like focus on the student teaching.
Well,
Well, yeah.
there's a whole assessment that I have to do called EdTPA. It's like the big teacher assessment thing. It's like hundreds of pages of paper
Yeah.
Huh.
that I have to like write.
Wow.
It's really really stressful. If I don't pass it, I can't graduate. If I don't pass it, I don't become a teacher. All that kind of stuff. It's stressful, but
It's a,
I'm
it's
not
a very
making any money
important
doing
thing
it. So
to the pro-
yeah, this is like a real talk moment in the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
I'm
I'm so broke, dude.
That's
like,
relatable.
So
Speaking of, I have rent due in 2 days.
yeah.
Oh god.
So I had to get another job. So I was at my local restaurant in my hometown. I used to work there as a busser. I made like minimum wage.
$3 an
worked-
hour.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Like I made nearly nothing. So when I left there, I just didn't expect to come back. And I saw the boss there when I was there. I was just eating there. I saw the boss and she's like, "Oh, we want you back," and stuff. And I'm like, "Well, I can't really come back." And she's like, well, if you ever do decide to come back and we know you're a teacher, we'll give you a serving position."
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm like, oh.
Oh, ore.
Because minimum, like, as a busser you'll make minimum wage. As a server on a good night at this restaurant, you can make like $120 a night from 5 o'clock to 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Which is like really absurd. So I'm like, fuck it, dude.
That's what's crazy about like second jobs. Like, there's two guys that I work with, and they have this, 8 to 4:30 job, and then they every once in a while will just go to the local pizza place and just deliver, and just make more money. And it's like,
Yeah.
why? I don't want to. I wouldn't do that because I just really value my free time.
I do
work
too,
with a
but
guy
I don't.
who
I can't
moonlights
afford
as a
it.
cop, and he's an Asian man who is shorter than me. But
Jesus.
like, if he pulled me over, I would be scared because he's an authority figure.
Well, yeah.
But he's like a really chill guy, and he always like talks with me, and he like always jokes around with me. It's cool. And then he tells me crazy cop stories, like how they refused to get him new gear, and their bulletproof vests were like falling apart.
That'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
Now they have new gear, but I mean,
Well,
like
yeah,
at the time, I was like, oh fuck.
The whole deal is that I literally can't afford to have free time.
Yeah.
You can't afford to be existing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I literally can't. So
Uh,
that's another thing that's happening, but it's fine.
let's
Mao,
get,
tell us
Yeah, let's
tell
get
us
to the
about
meat,
your week or anything in the past 7 years that has been exceptional.
because you're only 7 years old.
And congratulations, today's your 8th birthday.
What?
Hello, Mao? We're trying to pass it over to you, and you're just
Well, like I
spacing
was
out.
waiting for that, and then you said something about it, like fucking, like not having time, and I'm just like sitting there, just waiting, and then you said something about a birthday.
You are too polite. Butt in. Be stupid.
No, I
it
hate
works
you.
for me. I love you.
Yeah, you have anything interesting happen in at all?
I didn't work for 4 days in a row, and that was like,
Nice.
it was like one of those things where I'm like, usually I go to work and I'm like, I fucking hate this job, and then I'm stuck at home for 4 days, and I just go, oh.
Oof.
So I
I'm not
spent
making
my
money.
time getting every spirit in World of Light in Smash Brothers Ultimate, and
Yeah.
Did you get Kazuhira Miller?
I already had Kazuhira Miller, and then I played a bunch of World of Warcraft, and then
There's what,
Nice.
1,013 spirits?
There's
like
1,303.
1,300.
There's
Jesus.
1,303, and I know because I've also been trying to get every
Yeah.
spirit, and it's taking forever.
Yeah.
It takes a while
that's
to
great.
get
It's,
everything.
It's
I
so
still-
frustrating.
I still haven't beaten World of Light.
I recently was able to play like multiplayer spirit
very fun.
board,
Hmm.
and it can be broken. It can be broken, but it can also be lots of fun and very hectic.
Yeah.
I found out Snake's down B can still damage friendlies when you're doing that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Nice.
makes
but
sense to me.
there's that, and then I had a flat tire yesterday, which fucking sucked.
Oh, you had posted
And then
about
I
that.
got to true combo that into, hey, your grandpa's in the hospital again. He has pneumonia.
Jesus
oh.
Christ.
So
True combo.
And then your dad like hurt himself too. didn't
yeah,
he?
last
yeah,
week
your dad,
I
what,
was gonna
threw
go
out his
up to
back?
a tournament, and then on my way up I get the call from my mother, and I thought this is it's snowy, like don't go anywhere, and if you are, be careful. It was no, your dad's in the ER waiting room. You should go wait with him because he like hurt his back at work, and it's like, oh no.
Jeez. That
Oh.
sucks. And like
Life is
yeah,
hard.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, what happened this week? I hope it was good. And you're just like, yeah, everything sucks.
Everything was awful.
Everything is terrible.
But yeah, let's get into the meat of what we want to ask you here.
Tell us the last time you felt the gentle caress of a woman.
It's not
That's
the
what
question.
I want to know.
I yearn for the loving embrace.
I miss her beautiful feet.
Fuck you if you've never done anything ever.
Mao, what is your hot take?
Yeah, give us your hot
My
take.
hot take.
Tell us what country you would nuke if you had the button.
Whatever
America.
country you are
Yeah,
currently
that's the right
residing
answer.
in, Mez, but specifically the particular area you were in.
Joke's on you, I'm behind 14 proxies. my NordVPN protects me.
Whoa, is this Is this podcast
It's an
sponsored
ad.
by
Segue into an
This is
ExpressVPN?
all
ad
an
read
elaborate
that we
ad.
don't have. We're not sponsored. We're not sponsored.
Are we sponsored by the United States military?
Yes.
I have friends who could sponsor us. Yeah,
Oh.
Okay.
I got a friend who's in the military right
Get
now.
in contact with him now.
Yeah, hold on. Let me. Yeah, I just hear banging on the keyboard. Please, I hope that was picked up.
I heard it. Yeah. Okay, Mal. Yeah, controversial opinion.
Yeah, give us your hot take.
I've got a couple as I've found out, but
Okay.
aside from the one that I've discussed with Churchy about Mega Man music versus Sonic music, I'm gonna have to go with Sonic 06 and Sonic Forces are more enjoyable than you think they are, and they can actually be pretty fun.
I mean, I enjoyed the shit out of Sonic Heroes, so I mean.
Yeah, I would say Sonic Heroes is like the quote-unquote bad Sonic game that I enjoy.
I mean, Sonic 06 is like the room of Sonic games, where it's like not even like that bad?
No.
Sonic 06
Sonic
just a
06
meme
is
that it's
that
bad.
bad. It's just that like it's incredibly enjoyable. Like once you find out, like you're already. This is already me. Like it feels like I'm like. It's like setting up this like this thing's awful, but here's why it's not that bad. But like once you learn the jank, which is never something you should have to do for a game, it can be
Yeah,
really
right.
enjoyable. Also, the multiplayer is like this really unbalanced mess, and it's a lot of fun.
Sometimes
Jesus.
unbalance is the best balance.
Hey, look, it's Melee. Yay!
Yay.
I play Kirby.
I hate Fox.
I also hate Fox. I also hate Captain Falcon.
Oh no, both characters
I play
that I
Marth.
play. Um,
Do you like being grabbed halfway across Final Destination?
yes.
Yeah, two people that listen are gonna get that.
Wait, what?
Shoutouts to Mikey.
Shoutouts to Mikey. Anyway, Mao, continue explaining your Sonic 06
I mean,
fetish.
it was basically just what I described is that like it's a broken mess, but once you understand how the broken mess works, it can be a lot of fun. Also, the soundtrack is an absolute
okay.
banger.
I get it.
Um,
He's trying to tell us he's into cock and ball torture.
no,
No,
not today, never.
No.
No.
How to
no.
remove
I
someone
can't believe
from-
we're gonna have to mute Mez.
No, but you said it yourself. Like, you should never have to learn the
Yeah.
jank, really.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to learn how to break a game for it to be fun.
That's just not cool to
Or
me.
you shouldn't even have to learn how to work with the brokenness of a game to make it fun.
It is really fun to use exploits like that, though.
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's like
Like, oh, this combination of weapons or something like that in some other game is, like, really broken. Like, that
Oh, yeah,
stuff's
I
cool
do
to
that all the
figure
time
out.
in, like, RPGs and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
that's fun in RPGs.
there's a video that I've watched by his channel on YouTube is the Geek Critique, and he goes in depth and
Geek
talks
shoutouts
about
to
like
him.
certain games, and he did one on like Sonic 06, and he even like rapid fire goes through like all of like the okay, don't run on this loop, don't press this button during this particular thing, and it's like, and then he's like, well, you shouldn't have to do that for like a game should not be designed in that way.
Jeez.
I highly recommend
Or
his
it's
stuff.
like you're tiptoeing around the game's mechanics so that you don't
Yeah.
crash it. Or die and then have to sit through 6 loading screens. But speaking of games, and games we all enjoy, fighting games.
Fighting games. If you had to make a fighting game of a series that doesn't really have one, what series would you pick?
Ooh. That's a good question. I would just fuck. That's a really hard question.
I wanna
Because there
Smash-
is
I
more
wanna
fighting games
Smash
than I
Brothers.
realize.
I want to
Well, I
Smash Brothers,
mean-
but with cartoons.
I'm
You mean
talking like
that already exists.
things
that exists.
that-
It's called Cartoon Network Punch
yeah,
Time
I'm
and
talking
Keep that
things
in
that
mind.
maybe haven't gotten a proper like 2D fighter or like maybe had one, but it was like released way back when.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Cartoon Network, if you made a like 2D fighter of it now, you have a lot different stuff to work with. Like, you got fucking Steven Universe.
Yeah.
You got... They swore on regular show? That's been a new
They
meme.
did?
Did they?
Yeah, there were
Bitch.
There were a couple episodes where they swear.
I gotta remind me after this. I'll show you the video.
Oh no.
It's stupid, but it's the newest meme.
I don't know what I would want to be. Maybe
Metal Gear. I want a Metal Gear fighter.
I was expecting Spencer to frame one, say
Well, they're-
JoJo,
But we already have
We already
like
have
five.
We already
Fives.
have.
like a JoJo Arc System.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
JoJo Arc System
yeah,
Works
that would
fighter.
be very good.
Like All Star Battle was good, but it's
I don't really like that game.
it's a press one button to win kind of game.
Yeah.
It's an amazing JoJo game. It's just not a great
Exactly.
competitive fighter.
Yeah, I'd say if we
Give
did
us-
like a 2D fighter, I'd want like a Smash 2D fighter, a traditional fighter. I think that would just
Big
be
Bang
cool.
Theory fighter.
Please no, I don't want that.
Sheldon does Bazinga.
I was really excited for when they were gonna do. There was gonna be a League fighter, like a League 2D fighter, but it never. I don't think it ever
Well,
came
did you know
out.
there was a? Well, it was going to be a My Little Pony 2D fighter, but
Oh
then
yeah,
it became,
them fighting herds.
It became a different one.
Yeah.
Yeah, them's fighting
Yeah.
herds, and that game's actually like very. It's coded very well. It uses the same engine as Skullgirls.
I like Skullgirls.
Skullgirls pretty good.
Skullgirls is a
I
great
played
video game.
Beowulf, who is not a girl.
What was that first? Was the first game that you like got good at Persona 4 Arena?
Yes.
Okay. Did you play Ultimax?
Yeah, of course I did.
Okay, I'm just wondering. Would you like to talk about that?
No,
I mean,
he does not.
if you want,
I'm kidding, yeah,
I
you
just
can-
want
you
to.
can- you
I'm
can-
gonna throw out. I was looking
You're
at my
gonna
shelf.
throw up?
Oh, I know. If you were to give me like one choice for a 2D fighter, I would want, or like a fighter in general, I would want an Arc fighter for the Tales series.
Oh yeah, I forgot. You really
interesting.
like the Tales
Yeah,
of
that'd be really
series.
good actually.
It
The
had
only
a
Tales of game that I know is Tales of Symphonia. For
that's
the
like that's
GameCube.
the one that everyone.
Yeah, because it was marketed like crazy, and I
Yeah.
always remember seeing it in Nintendo Power, and I was like, "Wow, I don't know what this is." Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'd turn
Tales,
the page and be like, "Haha, Mario cheat code, get 3 lives."
Bowser Room.
Yeah.
Please, Mel, go on.
Please go on.
The Tales series did have a fighting game that was kind of like a Smash clone that was on the PSP. I do own it, and it never got released in America, so I don't understand what I'm doing, but I have a lot of fun with it. It's also where my tag
Well, I mean,
comes
that's
from.
always what's important.
So
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you to explain your tag because I don't know what it is.
I mean, I can do like a quick
I mean,
Like,
yeah. This
brief
is about
history.
you. It's your podcast now. This is the Mowcast.
Yeah.
It was literally just I bought Tales of Versus and I played it a bunch, and one of the characters is named Mao, and I was like, this character's like the fucking best thing in the world. I'm gonna play this character. It's really fun, and I kept telling one of my friends at the time about the game, and he's like, you keep talking about this guy, and I'm like, yeah, I think I have Mao fever,
And then
Uh-huh,
a star
and
was
then-
born.
and then it happened.
And
Yeah.
then yeah, did you when did you like get into like competitive shit then?
I played a lot of competitive, I guess I played a lot of fighters and other things that could be played competitively casually growing up.
Yeah.
I remember I have this very, I don't want to say vivid, but I do have a memory of looking up where some brawl tournaments were in my area back in the day.
Nice.
And I really wanted to go to those, but I was also a middle schooler with no car.
Yeah, that usually prevents people from
Yeah.
doing things.
So I never really got to get into competitive video games, but growing up I played Mortal Kombat, Smash, Pokemon, that kind of stuff, things you can play competitively, but I just never got the chance to. And I guess the first thing that I ever really did that I could be competitive at was when Persona 4 Arena came out in 2012 or whatever year that came out.
I think it was around there, yeah.
Yeah, I had Xbox Live, so I spent an entire summer literally just playing the game online and getting better at I mentioned it to you before, but I would play the score attack mode where you basically fight boss characters in a gauntlet, and you don't get any continues. So I got
So
really
you
good
just have to get
I
along.
got really good at dealing with bullshit like, oh, this character's dash teleports him right in front of you, and he does, and he could like combo you off of like all this other shit. And this character, if they can cancel on hit this move into anything, so they just literally just this character, if they grab you, they do 75% of your health.
Oh my god.
So I just got really good
Okay.
at like looking for bullshit, and like the sprites in that game are like the animation and like the sprites are really good. So like I could I got really good at being like, okay, that sprite means they're going for this. I'm gonna do this.
Okay, so it's like a reaction. You can build your reaction timing.
Yeah,
Reaction time. Jesus.
and
I
that's
can't talk.
how I
So you went full robot.
kinda. And then I did the same thing with Skullgirls when that came out, since
can't-
you know every frame is distinct, so you can kind of
Yeah,
just
it's
I
like
can't
so
believe we're
fucking
friends
good.
with an android.
So when did you start playing competitive Smash?
um
Because I know that's something that we all share in common. Like,
Oh, yeah.
the big thing is Smash
Yeah.
Brothers.
I didn't play competitive Smash until, let's see, I started community college
Till the
2013,
summer of '64.
and it was like late 2013 when I met Rosie, one of our mutual friends, and
Yeah.
like that was back when, like it was before Smash for Wii U and 3DS came out, so it was mainly Brawl and Melee, and like they'd play it in the cafeteria at the community college, and you know I'd go up and be like, oh, I play this game, and then like you know they played competitively, but I didn't, but I was still able to hold my own, so I kind of had like there wasn't much of like a jump to try and figure that out, and then when I started hanging out with him and a couple other people, I would like go to tournaments. Smash for Wii U came out. Well, Smash for Wii U got announced, and I started getting into Project M to kind of like prepare myself for when Wii U came out, and then I just kind of played both competitively pretty much 2014 till now.
Yeah.
And you've come a long way too. I can pretty confidently say that you're very clearly the best out of like Ultimate and Smash 4 in this podcast in general.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're pretty good.
Yeah, but
As you are my snake to my revolver ocelot. You're pretty good.
yeah. The other games are different. I think I think me, Spencer, and you could all be like considered like pretty good at PM, but you have the results more than we do
Yeah,
because we
yeah.
don't
I
go
just-
to
I
we don't go
fucking
to
suck.
anything.
Yeah, the times that I've went to like the local large weeklies or whatever they're called, like the large tournaments on the Fridays near our near ISU. Those were I had like pretty decent results sometimes. Like I think I got ninth like
I think every
two or
time.
three times.
It was the 9th place curse.
Yeah. And then like there was one other time where I got like 13th or something or 17th. But like it is such a strange or it's so crazy how you can go to the same weekly, you know, at ISU we have the same weekly with the same people and you don't really realize that you're getting better because you're playing the same people.
But yeah, we're playing the same people every week. And everyone is improving at pretty much the same rate. There's some people that improve faster than others at certain points. Like back when I was first starting, you guys were all pretty well established in the scene, and I was improving pretty rapidly, but I was still like very behind.
And that's what I'm saying is that it's so hard to gauge like how much better you're getting because you're playing the same people who are also getting better. And then you go to like this other tournament or like this larger weekly or something like that, and you end up like beating people that you would have considered good before playing them, I guess. Or like
Yeah.
and you have like you win these games against people that you used to see as like super good and you're like, holy shit, I am good at this game. What the hell?
There's
And then
Yeah.
there's also this
and then you go to that larger weekly with some of your friends from ISU, and then you play them in bracket, and it's really bullshit.
Yeah, but it's very strange seeing that kind of stuff, and you get used to playing the people that you play too.
Yeah.
You figure out everything that makes them snap. You figure out, like, for example, all you have to do to beat Rosie is either pick Fox or just spam stupid stuff, and he'll get mad really fast.
No, you
all I have to do against Mao is crouch, and he gets mad.
Yeah.
Well,
The only thing I have to
but,
do
like,
against Church is win by 9.
yeah, it's really annoying, but like, it's very interesting seeing how I could go on Thursday and 6-0 Mao.
Yeah.
And then Mao the very next day will like beat C#, who's
Yeah.
ranked in the state.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what? And then I go to try point and go like 1-2.
Yeah.
I'm like, sick. I'm doing a good job. But it very clearly shows that like it is a level there's a difference between consistency and there's a difference between knowing your opponent.
Yes, yes. And that's what's so cool about fighting is how deep you can get with them.
Oh yeah.
What I wanted to add though is, you know, you play someone that you think is really good and you do well, and you're kind of like, oh, maybe I am good. But then, you know, depending on your personality or your competitive drive, you could have the exact opposite effect, where you, for instance, you go to your big weekly on Friday and you think, oh, I'm hot shit because I got second at my college local.
Yeah.
And then you go 0-2 and you go, wow, I actually suck. And then you are presented with your Corin-esque path. You can either, you know, you could be like, oh, well, I'm bad, I'm never going to get good. Or you could do the cool thing, which is what I did, and you go, wow, I suck, I don't want to suck anymore, let's try and get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you end up
very
beating
interesting to see.
Michael 41 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's very interesting to see some of the consistency levels, because if you it's hard to know our stories, but I play mostly melee in PM.
Yeah. Same here.
I would probably say that I'm the best at a melee in this podcast currently.
Yeah, I would say you are far more consistent with a lot more
But-
matchups than I am.
Anyways, it's interesting seeing, like, for example, how I would go to this local and I just shit on everyone every single week.
You'd shit on me. I mean, you
like,
stalked me
like
on
every
stream.
single week in
You
melee.
never let me forget.
In melee, and then I'd go to like a bigger tournament, and then I go 1-2. But also, you do realize that you have improved so much just by playing the same people over and over again.
Yeah, you
I
understand.
can say I was extremely shocked when I got first in my pool at Smash and Splash 4.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
I was like astounded. There were like 8 people in my pool, and 2 of them were just absurdly good.
But what characters did they play?
Actually, my pool was very strange in the fact that it was very diverse. There was another Puff from Michigan or something. I think he was seated second in the pool, and he got third in the pool. I beat him. The Peach main streamer girl that I mentioned a couple
Oh
podcasts
yeah,
ago.
shout outs to Ralts.
Ralts, yeah, she's pretty cool. I beat her, and then Poseidon, a guy that I played Sheik, and there were like no Sheiks at ISU, so like I was stressed the whole time playing that match.
I like your Sheik.
Thank you. Hashtag AJ. And the only person that beat me was a fox from Chicago named Fizz, who's very inconsistent, but he's so inconsistent that he basically like only beat me and then lost to everyone else.
Jesus.
So he got fourth in the pool.
Hmm.
There was like a Pikachu and another fox, and there was a shoot, I forgot his tag. He was a Link main at one point, but he plays fox now. He plays Link in PM in
don't know.
Illinois.
Oh,
Yeah.
Italian
Thor.
Ninja
That's
or
the
It's
something.
not Thor.
No.
Yeah.
That man has long thumbs.
Thor?
Huh?
Thor has long thumbs. Next time you see him, look at it. He has long thumbs.
It's true.
Um,
But yeah, it was a very fun experience, and the character diversity was very interesting. And then I made it to round 2 pools where it was just all fox.
Jesus.
And I got destroyed.
I went
Except
to,
for this Ganon that I bullied.
I went to the ASIN melee tournament.
Oh yeah.
And on one hand, it was fun, but on the other hand, it was like incredibly slow and poorly managed.
Well, because they didn't have enough setups, and everyone is like, "Oh, a melee tournament. I play melee." And then, but then there are good people who like actually play melee.
But
I do that.
But I shit on a good Falcon with Game & Watch.
Nice.
And then I lost super. Like I literally like my first round, I went up to the stage and like sat down at the CRT. And then, like, they called the other guy's name, didn't come up after 3 calls, so I just won my first round. Had to wait, like, another 30 minutes. Played the Falcon, beat him, pretty good. And then I waited probably 45 more minutes, just literally sitting there. And I played this, like, really good Marth, and I got shit on super hard. And I was like, really? I paid $2 for this?
You don't remember his tag or anything?
No. It was
okay.
Some random dude. I don't know.
I
was pissed though, like, because I just wasted a bunch of time, and Mez and everyone else was just like out playing arcade games and shit.
Yeah.
I think we were doing that BattleTech pod thing, which was really cool.
Yeah.
The thing that like the whole point that I'm making with this is that I'm very proud of you, Mao. You've been doing a very good job.
Yeah.
You've been improving pretty rapidly, and you're like one of the only ones of us that actually travel to stuff.
And actually is improving.
I very much
actually
tried.
improving at a pretty rapid rate. So we're gonna wish you luck on.
You
making
are a god
Illinois
amongst
PR.
men.
You're a minimum scods. What?
Oh.
Whoa.
Whoa, dude. Whoa.
Well, I mean, he is. He has to play Drug Free Chew.
Oh fuck.
Another
Shoutouts to
exciting
Tony,
thing.
number 26th in the world.
Shoutouts to our good friend Tony for getting number 26 in the world and
In the
Project M.
world.
In the world, beating names like Blank and Switch.
He beat Switch. He beat
Switch,
Malachi.
dude.
Things that I
He
do.
beat Switch.
I blink and
He
I
beat
switch.
He beat Switch twice.
I don't know who this is.
Switch is the best wolf. He's one of the best players in the world.
He's like
But
top,
he's a
like top
human.
3.
No.
He can't be a wolf.
He
He's
plays
a
wolf.
human. I'm trying to appeal to the people who don't know what Smash is that listen to this.
No.
All 3 of you.
No.
How to remove members.
Speaking of people that watch our shit, we just now hit 100 views on the first podcast.
Yay.
Well, we did it,
Check
guys.
the Gmail.
We did it, guys.
We did it. We reached 250,000 subscribers.
We did it, Reddit.
guys.
We're halfway there.
Whoa, guys. We did it. I don't even know what the pyrosonic... There's nothing in our email. Email us. Send us defunct coupon codes. We won't use them.
Mikey, send us an email. I know you're like our most dedicated
Send
listener.
all of your emails, your critiques, your topics, your questions to
Sign up
ixcast9000.
for a Club Penguin account with our email.
Please don't do that.
We'll okay it.
ixcast9000@gmail.com.
We're your parents.
We're your parents. It's fine. You must be 18 or older to enter. Anything else we want to talk about?
I want to talk about the Jizzler.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, so there's a little bit of a bit of a setting here. We all were attending college at the same time, and this is what
It was the
like,
fall semester.
Was this in the fall or was this
This
in like
was-
the winter?
yeah.
Fall. This is like in the fall, so it was like October. What?
It was like
maybe
It was
November.
November, I think.
Yeah, so it's a little cold, and so we get a crime email because sometimes it'll be like, oh
Crime
yeah, this person
advisory.
this person
Crime
got
advisory.
stabbed, this person
Someone
got
got
robbed.
shot.
There's somebody just trying to start shit, just, normal shit, And then we get this email, and it reads pretty normal, and we're like, okay, so this is like on the 800 block of Wes Anderson, okay, yeah. And then you read, and you find out this man ejaculated on somebody's windshield. and everyone was just kind of like, the next day was like, yo, did you see that crime advisory? What the fuck? And then for some reason, the name the Jizzler became a thing, and he was never apprehended as far as I know.
He was never caught.
He's still
Okay.
out there jizzing on
I found
windshields.
the exact day that it happened.
Oh my god.
You did?
It was October 5th.
Oh my god.
October
Nice.
5th, a
Can
day
you-
that will live in jizz
Do you
for
have
me.
the email right there?
Yeah,
read it.
on Thursday, October 5th at approximately 4:34, a student reported to the police an unknown male suspect ejaculated on the window of her occupied vehicle while she was parked in a lot.
Occupied
he fled the scene
She was in the car,
northbound.
dude.
Yeah, no.
God.
It was a girl, right?
Yeah.
A girl was in a car.
It was a girl.
A girl was in a car, and a guy ran up and just nutted all over.
You have to be like edging for so that takes some skill to be able to do that. Because it like the thing
And
is,
it's not
he
like
could
it
have come
was
up
a
and
come
had
and
like
go,
his dick
dude.
out, but she would have been like, "Yo, get away from my car!" Unless she just sat there in horror while he finished.
It's not like yeah.
hit him with a come and go.
And
dude.
it's not
yeah,
like,
come and go.
And it's not like it was at like midnight or something. It was at 4. 4 a.m.
Yeah, 4 p.m.
And there's this guy who is just edging all day, and he just fucking comes on her window.
God,
It's so
the thing is
stupid.
just ejaculating on a windshield.
You'd never forget.
I think that's the
Could you
podcast
imagine
title.
being?
I don't think
The
I don't think I'll
Jizzler.
ever
Jizzler.
forget.
Could you imagine
I don't
being
think
the
I'll
like
ever forget.
The Jizzler
911
5 back in
operator?
the
Like someone pretend to like call the authorities, and I'll be the 911 operator.
Okay.
Hello, 911. What is your emergency?
Hi, there was a man. He ran
calm
up to
down,
my
calm
car.
down. Okay.
He ran up to my car.
Do you have a approximate? What was his? I'm sorry. What is there? Someone else with you?
Yeah, sorry, my boyfriend's in the back. He's laughing hysterically.
Okay. Do you have? Just calm down. Explain what happened.
Sorry, that was my boyfriend. He was
Ma'am,
laughing.
I need you to calm down and just tell me what happened.
I don't know how he did it, but he somehow came on command onto my windshield.
Just, ma'am, I'm gonna need you to repeat that.
I don't know how he did it, but he somehow came on command onto my window.
He did what, ma'am? Are you implying that he threw himself onto your windshield?
No, I don't know how to say this. It's
But did he ejaculate on your windshield?
yeah.
I'll get the SWAT over there immediately. Stay in your car. Lock the doors.
Okay, thank you.
Fucking, that was so stupid.
Yeah, what?
That was.
You think that guy was an
not
X-Man?
worth it.
What?
The guy, that's his power.
Just
That's his
projectile on
X-Men
command
move
come.
power.
God damn it.
Let me see if I want to see if I can edit that so that it actually sounds like a phone call.
You probably could put a little like low pass filter on. I keep saying low pass filter for anything.
That's if you want to sound like you're drowning.
Yeah, it's a high pass filter, I believe.
Yeah, probably.
I just liked in the background. And I just went.
But no, could you imagine fucking? Could you imagine being that guy and like going to somewhere next, and everyone's like, "Oh, dude, you hear about the Jizzler?" And you're like,
The what?
the who?"
Can you
Yeah,
imagine
no, dude,
being
some guy
the
came
girl?
on this girl's
You know,
windshield.
I actually
and-
just
and
remembered something.
You know, in the back of your mind that you did it.
I actually just remembered something.
You have taxes.
My
dude?
sister, one of her like boyfriends in college, he was known as the Phantom Pooper.
There was a phantom shitter as well.
Yeah, and he.
Oh my
and
God.
he would go to like different like bars and like shit like on the floor.
What?
And,
What the fuck?
And then
Fuck?
stick a business card in it.
What the actual
This
fuck?
isn't real.
I'm
That's not
I'm
re-
serious.
What kind of a
the
business card
fuck?
for the?
It was like
Phantom Pooper?
it was like a custom business card for the Phantom
Jesus
Pooper.
Christ.
Oh my god.
I actually don't remember if it was him or like someone that he dealt with or something. I actually don't remember.
Can we get the Jizzler on the podcast?
Yes, please.
Dude, if we find him, I would shake his hand.
Let me go
only
check
after
the
he watched
subreddit
it.
for our university and see if anyone knows who the Jizzler is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Detective Mao, specifically to try and get the Jizzler on the podcast.
Doing God's
Just
work.
make the post fucking. The title is "We want the Jizzler on our podcast."
We need the Jizzler to come to our podcast.
You'd have to,
Can you just,
you know,
just
the
come, like real quick, just nut on our podcast and like,
when they do the trailers for newcomers in Smash 4, when they first pop up and it goes like Shulk sees a fight, you just have like The Jizzler comes in.
Comes and goes.
Amazing.
And Gangplank Galleon plays. Over
Honestly,
footage of
though,
him
like,
just coming
there-
on your windshield.
There's some weird ass people out there though. Like,
Yeah,
I
like
think we've figured that out.
yeah, I mean like me, but fucking one of my previous jobs was I would knock on people's doors and be like, "Hi, let's talk politics."
Yeah.
And there was 2 houses back to back where I knock on the door and I'm like, "Hi, are you Susie?" And she's like, "No, let me go get her." And then it's like her mother, and she's like leaning up against the door frame, like she is not steady whatsoever. And I'm thinking in the back of my mind, I'm like, this lady's on drugs and or drunk.
Oh no.
It's not even 5 o'clock in the afternoon. What the fuck?
That's
And so I do my spiel, and I'm like, okay, bye-bye. I'm leaving now. And then I go to the next door, and I knock on it. And the name on my list is Chris, but I don't see that it is a female Chris. So a man opens the door, and I'm like, hi, are you Chris? And he's like, no, that's my wife.
Oh.
What do you want? And I'm like, oh, it's just politics. And his wife also comes to the door, and he's looking me in the eyes, and he's got pinpoint pupils, so I know he's on something. And he's like, hey, we don't vote. And I'm like, okay, your wife was registered to vote. And he's like, no, look at me. We don't vote. And I'm like, okay, man. And he's like getting in my face. I'm like scared. I'm like trying to back away. And I'm like, please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. And fucking I'm just like, okay, sorry to bother you. I'm going to go now. And he's just like, yeah. And then he just slams the door in my face. I'm like, what a jackass.
Jesus, man.
I don't care if you don't vote.
Let me do my spiel.
Yeah, and then I had another lady who was like, oh, I'm becoming a Jehovah's Witness. We don't vote. And I'm like, I didn't even know Jehovah's Witnesses don't vote.
What does that have to do with religion?
I don't know. Apparently you have to abstain from voting if you're a Jehovah's Witness. I don't know.
I don't think that's
Now I
accurate.
do.
I don't think that's a thing.
Yeah, she was probably just trying to get me to leave.
I remember that time I was on
Yeah.
your list of people to talk to.
Oh, yeah, I called you.
Did you know it was him when you called him?
Yeah,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it fucking popped up with my name, and it was like, call this person, and it's like, and he didn't even say Mao. He used my actual name.
Because he
Yeah, I
had.
didn't know if my boss was listening or not. I also got invited to a Spanish person's home.
Okay.
Did you go?
Okay, so I was walking around in this area and fucking, I knock on this door and I'm like, hi, are you Jose? Because it's just this Mexican man, and sometimes you just have to stereotype it. I hate doing it, but sometimes you have to.
You're doing it in
And
the
he's like,
interest of
and he
the person
nods,
trying-
and he's like, yeah. And then he starts motioning for me to come in, and I'm like, oh god, do I step in? Do I not? What do I do? So I'm an idiot, and I step into his house.
Yeah, that's the bad idea.
And so, but he leaves like the big door open, just the screen door closes. So I'm like, well, worst case scenario, easy escape. I have like a pocket knife on me for protection, something to just kind of get back, fucking protection.
Just in case.
But so I start going on my spiel, and he's like, no, and he starts motioning up this small set of stairs, and I'm like, sir, I don't want to go up there. I'd much rather just do my spiel here. And he's like, no, come. And I'm like, oh no. And he kind of gently pushes me up these stairs. And I'm like, oh god, I'm dying here. This is where I die. Oh. And then I look to my right, and there is a man on a couch in like this weird alcove thing. And I'm like, hi, are you Jose? And he nods, and I start doing my thing. And then he starts speaking Spanish to me. And I'm like, oh no, I don't speak any Spanish. This is an issue. And then I hear a third voice from behind me. And I'm like, this can't get any worse. And she's like, hi, what's going on? What's happening? What are you here for? And I'm like, hi, do you speak English? And she's like, yeah, these other two don't. What do you have? And I'm like, thank God you have come here. I'm doing politics. You know what? You can read them off of this. This is as good. I handed her one of my walk cards, and I got the fuck out of there. It was scary at the time. And then another guy drove up to me and was like, hey, what you doing in the area, man? And I'm like, oh, politics. And he's like, oh, I don't know, man. We just seen you in the area. You a supplier? And I'm like, am I a what? And he's like, oh yeah, you probably don't know what that is. Sorry for rolling up on you, man.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, okay. And then he just drives away.
You guys,
nice.
you got any weird people stories?
Was that a me?
Anyone? Yeah, sure.
I don't know, anyone.
Talk about the time that you had to like arrest someone at work.
Oh
No.
yeah.
You had to
That
do
is
what?
that's a good story that we are just now only finally getting like those things that were damaged fixed. So I work in retail, and there's one night I didn't see all of this go down, but I did see a good amount of it. I'm standing at the register helping this one customer, and I see a police officer walk in. And this is nothing new. This sometimes happens, you know, they come in and they might need something to fix, like am I allowed to say that I work in a fabric store?
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, you give as much information as you want.
Okay, so I work in a fabric store, and you know sometimes they come in to buy things to like, oh, maybe a button fell off or something like that. So it's, you know, it's generally not like too out of left field to see a police officer walk into my store. So I see him walk in there.
I mean, police officers need fabric occasionally,
Yeah.
you know.
So
You don't know what
I see him
projects they
walk
do.
over
You
to the
don't know
back
if they
of the store,
crochet in
and
their
there's
free
another
time.
one in there, and like you know how when like there's like you feel like, oh no, something bad is about to happen, and like you kind of get like this like
You have the intuition.
you get like a switch just clicks, and you're like, oh no, and they start screaming at
you
this
go
guy,
ghost.
and he starts running, and they're both trying to
no.
apprehend him because he's trying to run, and they tackle him into a couple of our structures while they're trying to get this guy, and I'm just sitting there with my hands in front of my mouth, just like, oh my god, what is happening? What is actually happening? And they're like yelling, they're saying that, like, do you want to get tased? And he's just like, I haven't done anything, and it's just like super fucking scary. Because, like, you know, banging and crashing and things are getting knocked over. And then, you know, there were, like, customers that were helping us pick up the stuff afterwards. And they get him out of the store. And they've got this woman here they, like, ask for a chair. They've got this woman, and they talk to her. And then he comes up and explains to me that this guy was at the mall that's, like, across the street. And he stole this woman's purse, and he ran over to our store to try and hide out. And I guess that someone saw him do that, and then they were able to get it, like, a profile on him.
Jesus.
And then they were able to... So they got him, and they got the purse back to the lady, and she seemed okay. And we're, like, that happened in... I don't even remember when that happened. It was definitely, like, last year.
2004.
And we're just now getting those things that were damaged fixed. Because of how long it takes to get that stuff done.
Jesus.
Wow.
But I have a lot of
Mal, remember?
I have a lot of stories like that.
No,
I don't necessarily have any like super crazy people story, but I have students that ask me stupid things. and
Tell us
stupid
about the
about Flossing
student with
Friday.
the firecracker.
Yeah, so Flossing Friday is a thing at our school.
I still don't like that.
Fortnite is huge at our school
Too big.
because it's a middle school. So
Yeah.
That's it.
at least I
Trends
get
are
along.
forever in middle
at least
school.
I understand the stuff. It's nice being able to understand what's going on.
Speaking of understanding, remind me after your story. I gotta tell the story of my mom asking what a meme is.
Oh, no. But yeah, so Flossing Friday's a thing. I've had students ask me if I'm a slave master.
Whoa. Don't you have like I guess the best way to phrase this is an urban population in that school?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you own slaves?
There's no other way.
Is that the best way to phrase it?
I don't
And I
know.
said, this is a 5th grader. And so they're kind of confused. And I'm just like, no, slaves were a long time ago. Their response was, like, 1988? I was like, oh my god, dude. Reminder that these kids are born in, like, 2009.
Jesus.
Yeah, but their parents were alive in 1998.
It's fine,
or
dude.
88.
It's fine, dude. But the craziest thing that's happened so far is I've had a student that I was talking to, and it was after a snow day or something, and he's just like having a really good time. I'm like, hey, what's up? How was your snow day? And he pointed at his lip, and his lip is like bleeding and it's burnt and shit. And I'm just like, what the fuck did you do to your lip? And he's just like, have you heard of the firecracker challenge? And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And I'm like, I don't even need to know what the firecracker challenge is, because I can already get a pretty good idea of what it is just by looking
I've seen
at
the
it.
aftermath. I don't need to know the specifics.
All you have to do is just put a firecracker in your mouth, dude. Fuck it.
Fuck it, dude. Fuck it.
So yeah, middle schoolers are weird.
Kids in general are weird.
Middle schoolers are fucking wild.
But they're fun. They're a fun group of kids.
How do you?
So tell us about your mom and wait, what?
No,
Spencer?
sorry, go on. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna ask Mez to tell a story about his mom.
So I'm just sitting on my bed, and my mom comes in, and she's like, "Mez, what's a meme? How do I get a meme? Help me get a meme on my phone." And I just start laughing, because I never expected to hear these words out of my mother's mouth. And she shows me a Facebook comment she left. She's like, "I don't know how to get memes, so for now you'll just have to get emojis."
Okay.
And I'm like, "Oh God, Mom." So what you do, Mom, is you Google whatever general idea you want, and then you put meme after it. And she's like, "Oh, I didn't know if you needed like an app or something." And I'm like, "No, Mom, you can just Google it." And so I help her find an appropriate cold day meme.
Oh.
And it was very wholesome.
You should have when she said, "Is there an app for it?" You should have said, "Yeah, there's this great website called 4chan.org."
No, I am not sending my mom to
/B/.
4chan.
No, just
No.
develop an app that only goes to OK Buddy Retard.
It's called my Reddit app.
Yeah. Just
Give her
set her up.
tell her about
on-
iFunny.
Yeah, tell her about
Is
iFunny.
Yeah,
Bone- is the-
iFunny.
is the
I think
bone
she'd
hurting
actually
juice subreddit still a
genuinely
thing?
enjoy iFunny.
She
'cause
would
iFunny's
enjoy
for
iFunny.
normies. Because
But
iFunny is
so-
for normies, so...
But so I help her find a meme, and then she posts with the meme in the comment. She's like, "My son helped me find a meme, so now you get this picture." And I'm like, "Mom."
It's amazing.
And then so my dad is like trying to school my mother on memes, and they're finding memes from like 2009 with like the top text bottom text
Oh
thing.
my god.
And I'm like, "Oh my God." I tried showing her the free real estate meme, and she kind of shook her head in kind of disbelief and was like, I don't get it." And I was like, "I don't
Parents,
expect you to, Mom."
I've got a story about that.
And then, real quick to finish this out, and then she was like, "So do I tell my kids at school that I know what a meme is?" And I'm like, "Mom, you do not want to do
no.
that.
Do not go down
You
that
do
path.
not
Do
want to
not
say
go
you know
down
what
that
memes
rabbit
are."
hole.
Do you like Big Chungus?
Dude, middle schoolers, dude.
My mom would just look at her and be like, what did you say to me? Go to the principal's office." I've had friends who had my mother in school,
that a
and
drug?
they were like, "Is that drugs? Are you on something? Go to the principal's office." But apparently a lot of my friends who had my mom in class was like, "Yeah, I was scared of your mom."
I'm scared of your mom.
Are you?
No. Anyways, Mal, go on.
Yeah, go on, Mal.
I was just gonna say that there was this one time I was just like browsing Twitter, and I saw this really stupid video of this kid, and he's running towards a pool, and he's screaming, and then he dunks a Pac-Man plush into the pool. So he's going, waka waka, and then he just like dunks it, and it's like one of those things where it's like you just are giggling at it, and my dad's like, "What's so funny?" I'm like, "Oh, you wouldn't find it funny," and he's like, "No, show me." It's like, "Okay," and I show him, and he's like, "That's stupid," and it's like, "I told you wouldn't think it's funny."
Waka waka.
Let me see if I can find it. It's not something that needs to be put up on screen, but I will definitely. You guys need to see it.
The picture I just put up in the call is kind of related.
I also had to explain to my dad what a twink was.
Oh no.
So talk about that story.
So this is like right after I got done with school for like my summer semester or spring semester. So I'm like back home. My dad's like watching something or like reading something online, and he finds the
found
word
it.
twink. And he's like, "Mez, what's a twink?" and I just kind of go, oh, it's like a what the fuck?
What the fuck?
And I just say to my dad, oh, it's like a slender, hairless, like gay man, like more boyish.
Did
And
he say
just-
like you?
And he says to me, oh, so you're a twink? And I'm like, yeah, kind of, yeah.
You see, now you're getting it.
Wait, Mez,
So-
you're a level 19 character with the best gear you can have for that level, that PvPs.
It's a WoW joke.
Huh?
It's a World of Warcraft joke.
Sorry, I only play Smash Brothers.
In Fortnite.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fork knife.
I went to the Marshmallow concert, dude. I can't wait to go back to school and have all the kids just be sitting there going, Marshmallow concert, Marshmallow concert.
I hate what you would put in our chat about that.
Oh, yeah.
We're
my
not
whole-
saying that on our podcast.
Yeah,
no.
Why not?
Because it's awful.
It's true, though.
If he says what he says, I would like to let it be known I am not associated, nor do I condone these next words.
I'm not going to say it, you
Okay, good.
Oh.
bastard.
There was,
What
there was
about-
something I said last night that is
Oh,
never.
Oh,
no.
yeah, you said something awful last night
That
that we
was
can't talk
so-
about.
That was so funny.
I can't even say the thing that like led up to it.
Yeah.
It's just a mystery.
I
we
feel
It'll
like
have
most
to be
of
a
this is going to
mystery,
get
but you
cut.
said something awful.
No, I'll say it, but I'll bleep it out. So.
Do you want me to set it up? Do you
All right,
want me to set
okay,
it
so
up? or-
Mez, go ahead and
yeah.
set him up.
So we're just sitting there, and there's a couple of seconds of silence, and I go, somebody say something racially charged.
And I just like immediately I say
And the rest of us in the call go, whoa, whoa. Like, we were all like, Spencer, why would you say that?
it's because I'm like super not racist.
He was very drunk as well.
Anyone like salt and vin? Anyone like salt and vin chips, dude?
I'm laughing a lot today. This is a
The
good
salt
one.
and vin.
Salt and Vin.
The old salt and vin, dude.
Mao,
Yeah,
what's your favorite kind of potato chips?
Is it salt and vin?
Yes, are very, very important questions to ask you.
Like, does brand matter?
Just
Yes.
flavor and brand.
Um,
And then write 3 or more sentences as to why you believe they are the best.
Why did you say
You
that?
have 15 minutes.
I'm probably gonna.
You said that like brown bricks.
I'm probably
Brown
gonna
Rex.
go
I
with
don't
the
know
tried
why
and
I keep
true,
defaulting
Cool
to
Ranch
that.
Doritos.
Cool Ranch Doritos.
Those-
Hell yeah.
I used to not like those, but I like them a lot more.
You know
now.
what I used to do at school? This is going to sound extremely stupid and also like give an insight as to how much of a dumbass I am. But I used to get like one of those small bags of Cool Ranch Doritos.
Wow, what a
And,
dumbass!
I would also get I would get a I would get a cup of ranch.
Oh no!
And then I would dip the Cool Ranch Doritos into the ranch.
Yeah.
He
And I
saw
would eat them.
Matrix code that day.
I saw into the Matrix. I would also get bottles of Mellow Yellow and just chug it all and then attempt to release the loudest burp I
Oh.
could.
I can do that right now if you want me to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got
do it.
like I've got like a quarter liter of Coke.
Yeah.
All right, do it. And then while you're chugging, I'll explain the third stupid thing I used to do at lunch. I
Sounds
would
good.
get entire packs of Shockers, you know, those like really sour hard candies,
Yeah.
and I would try and get as many into my mouth as I could. I think my record was like 24 and a half pieces.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
I just
what else
thinking
does that
of
mouth do?
it. It says very stupid things.
This is very racially
We
charged.
already knew about that.
Are you okay, Churchy? Like you sound like
He's dead. Is this the episode where we get drunk?
No.
no.
That was a very forced burp,
Done
but I
with
did
that.
drink a quarter liter of Coke.
That was
Jesus.
See, what I used to do at lunch is I used to see how much of my food I could eat in how little bites.
Okay.
What?
How did you
my
not
record,
choke and die?
and this was where I knew that I had 100% speed ran. Lunch category was I was able to eat a chicken tenderloin sandwich just in one bite.
What the
Dude, it's wild.
fuck?
So when she asks what does that mouth do, I go, it eat.
There were a
I
lot
used
of
to-
stupid things I did in high school.
Yeah, I used to get yelled at by my friend because every time he would try to talk to me during lunch, I would just have a shit ton of food in my mouth. He's like, fucking swallow your food. I'm like, no.
I used to play Fire Emblem at lunch during my senior year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good story. Good story.
yeah. There was also
Mez,
my-
who is your Fire Emblem waifu?
Okay, my first playthrough of Awakening, Anna was my waifu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the
Silence.
merchant. She's the merchant lady.
During lunch, my friends used to do the dumbest shit. So like
We
Yeah,
had
they'd hang
fight
out with
week.
so
you,
we,
dude.
we would have we would have water bottles. What
Oh,
they
no.
do is they drink a little bit of the water bottle. They'd take the cap off. They'd spin it in a circle so that the water is like kind of in like a vortex kind of thing. And then they'd quickly flip it upside down and put it on the table and just leave it like
Oh
that.
my god.
Oh,
Oh,
They used to do that shit all the fucking time.
that's awful.
It was so annoying.
That fucking
They do it.
sucks.
They do it to like the goal of lunch was to like not get up on, like out of the, not to leave the table, because
Yeah.
chances are something is gonna fucking happen
No,
to your food.
people did that to me at band camp, except they would just pour salt in your drink.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You could not leave a drink unattended at
You guys
you couldn't
hung
leave
out with a
anything
bunch of
unattended at
assholes.
band camp. Band camp brought out the worst in people.
well, yeah, because
fact,
it's literally just hell.
It was at ISU actually.
What'd you say about assholes? Mouth fever.
I said y'all hang out with assholes. That's what I said.
Oh yeah. No, dude. No. I if you've listened to podcast number 2, you would have known that me and my friends just casually beat the shit out of each other. So
Yeah, I do know about that.
yeah.
See, I knew kids
Good-
at
good
lunch in high school
times,
where they
man.
would fucking
Good fucking times. I miss
like
that.
Now
when I
actually
was in
listens.
fucking high school, we would quote stupid internet videos, and I would see like the kids that are probably in jail right now. They would either hit each other or they would like take a lunch tray, place it face
Oh my
down on a
God.
table, and they would like
Jesus.
punch it, so that way like it would like create like a vacuum effect, and you couldn't fucking lift the tray off the table.
What the
What
fuck?
the
I was
fuck?
expecting. Honestly, that is less bad than I thought it was gonna be. I thought you were gonna say they would take the lunch tray and just smack each other over the head with it.
Well,
Like,
no,
I almost did.
I'll never forget the time I got drug tested at high school, and of course, me being the goody two shoes I am, I had nothing to worry about. So I go to my math class, and I was a little late for it because they took too long taking our piss. But
They had to drink it all.
yeah. So I walk into my math class, and everyone is silent. And I just walk up, and I'm in the front of the class, and I just go, "What's up, guys? What are we doing? Had a piss in a cup." And everyone's just silent, and my teacher looks at me, gives me like a small head shake of like, "Why would you say that?" And then is like, "We're taking a quiz. Take your seat." And then I'm like,
Fuck, man.
"All right."
all right.
Sounds good, man.
This is also the same teacher that just actually I don't even have any more stories. I was just an idiot
We've
in
hit a
that
low
class.
point.
Yeah, this,
I
this
have a
is
lot
at
of
the
high school
point.
stories.
Yeah,
I
tell
got
us
told
more.
I got told that it was very surprising that I didn't shoot up the school.
You too?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I
What do you mean, you two?
Yeah,
you
I
tell
was
your
told
first,
that
Mez.
during college.
Oh,
The people on the
Okay.
business floor were mean. They thought me and my roommate were the most likely to like shoot up our floor.
Well, that's
I think
Jeez.
we've had a most likely discussion before
I don't.
in
I was-
in the Smash chat.
I wasn't voted most likely to do anything.
Do we have anything else before we end this?
Can I?
We've hit a low point.
We've hit a real low point. This is a good stream of consciousness, though. But
There's just a lot of shit.
I had a very fun time.
E.
I really am very happy that we have Mal on the podcast.
yeah, it was nice.
Have me
yeah,
on
Mom,
again
is there anything
sometime,
else?
please. I'm very lonely.
Is there
Yeah,
anything else?
I would love to have him on pretty frequently.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing against that.
Oh, I never told you guys how my high school flooded. Not high school, middle school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you. Now that I'm remembering it, you went to the high school where they had like the strike for a while, and they actually had to send people
but
to our
that
high
was
school
I was
for a
in
while.
like I was in like 6th grade when that happened, which we were also dealing with being relocated from a flood.
You guys
so
cannot catch a
basically-
break, huh?
Basically, the way our town is set up, our 5th and 6th grade building was right along the river, and there wasn't a levee or anything. So when the river rises up, the school gets flooded.
Oh.
And so our school got flooded and then shut down because our town is like infamous for having a very bad water supply, and you should not go swimming in our river.
Can confirm.
You will grow a like 6th toe.
Yep.
Oh no.
I
And
also know
so
this town.
and so they were like, "Hey, by the way, we're going to shut down this school. You're going to go to we're going to set up temporary schools." So 5th grade was split into 2 parts. They were sent to a local 1st through 4th grade building, and then the other group was sent to another 1st through 4th grade building. And then the 6th graders were sent to trailers in the parking lot of our 7th and 8th grade building.
Trailers.
My mom taught in a trailer for a year.
Damn.
Jesus.
And so after they secured a bit more of a permanent site for the 5th graders, we ended up going to school in a local church.
Nice.
So that was my 5th grade year. And then they bought an abandoned Walmart building and then
Okay.
refurbished it to have like classrooms. And so I went to school in an abandoned Walmart.
Wow.
I think
And-
I remember hearing that story somewhere.
Wow.
And our recess area was where they would have like all the plants and like load everything up. We
Oh,
played
wow.
basically on the loading dock.
That's cool.
it actually like we would have music class in like the back stockroom area, and we would also have gym class back there. I took a basketball to the face and cut my inside of the mouth because I had braces.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah, well your school was flooded. Mine was tornadoed.
Oh, that's right.
True. It's true.
Except
Well,
the school itself wasn't necessarily hit by the tornado.
A brawl Meta Knight came through your town, spamming neutral dude.
Yeah. It beat every single option that the town had. Unfortunately.
Just destroyed the shield.
No, that's something that we can talk about either now or on another podcast. Just the whole tornado story.
We'll do it a different time.
Yeah, another
Yeah,
time.
we'll maybe save that one
We'll
for
save
like,
it. We'll save it for like the next podcast or something. Let me put it down in
Yeah.
topics.
or
'Cause
maybe
now-
like
'cause
maybe
now-
one when we don't have a guest.
I know Mao has to go now.
I do have
Yeah.
to go very.
Okay.
All right.
Do
Mez,
I
go
end this
ahead.
out since
Go ahead,
I
end this,
okay?
yeah.
Well, that was certainly a lot of fun, goofy stories.
There was a lot of just random talking that time.
That was good. I feel like we flowed well. But Mao, if you want to be found, where can people find you?
I guess the most common place you can find me on is Twitter, where I post about how bad I am at Super Smash Brothers, and I retweet like pictures of anime girls. You can find me there
And you
at
draw.
So you're just like-
_Mao.
Okay,
Nice.
we'll put that in the description.
Yeah.
And then if you want to give a small shout out to anyone, who would you kiss if you took them to prom?
It's honestly a really tough decision. I would actually take Winona Ryder to prom,
Okay, yeah,
and I would give her a big smooch on the cheek.
nice.
I'd take Bella Thorne to prom.
I know you would. Anna Kendrick.
Hell yeah.
Emma Stone.
I like how we all have different answers.
We're very
But,
different people.
Diverse group of people.
We're all children of
don't
God.
forget to. We are all children of God.
We're
Don't forget
all-
to email us if you want us to talk about something, or if you have requests, or if you just want to send us a funny meme. Send us your best Bad Luck Brian memes.
Send us
There
your
you go.
cold day memes.
Yeah, send us your best cold day memes, and I will show them to my mother.
And where
Nice.
can what's the email?
It's ixcast9000@gmail.com.
What was that?
ixcast9000, like the meme, @gmail.com.
9000.
You can also
That's
reach the
3 zeros.
podcast at 1-900-490-FREAK.
Join the party. And
Alright. I think that's it.
don't forget, your eyes aren't real, and the government has too much cheese.
I don't believe
Thanks for joining.